Boom, boom. What's up? Okay, 5 minutes till the market open. I want to see us a tad lower for a buy. Tempted to short this supply here, but we just moved down so far. Long gold from this demand down here. This demand, we stopped here, and then we just went straight up. So there's buyers down here. We took one contract off trailing right here, and we're looking to take the other one perhaps up to 29.30. So we'll look for 29.30 to sell this next contract. What's up, John? Took a 3.1R on the NQ. Oh, nice, man, nice. This is my NQ story for last night. I wanted to get short. I got short. We failed to take out this high here. Pushed down on this candle, broke this demand. So on this down move, I was looking to short, so I shorted this supply. Right, beautiful. All right, I'm going to bed. See you tomorrow, baby. And we come up, stop me out in the morning, and that's when we get this down move. So quite disappointing, but that's how it goes. You know, literally just ticked above my stop and went the other way. So looking back at this, did it go above this high? Nope. Looking back, since we were really trading this supply in the market, that's what turned us. I should have had my stop above this supply. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Once it started moving down and breaking these levels, I wouldn't want it to come back anyway, so. But missed that barely. So now we're kind of looking a little bit lower for a buy. We'll see how the market reacts off the open. We have to be careful though, because every other day we've had stuck in like this range. You know, we do some kind of up choppy move. Up, chop, 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 chop. Boom, big drop. Then we do, whoops. Up, chop, 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 chop. Big drop. Up, chop, 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 chop. Maybe a big drop? I don't know. If we start dropping hard, it would make sense to come all the way back down to this lower demand. Oh, we don't know what's going to happen. I still think we might stay in this range. What else did we take? I think we took a crude. Oh, yeah. Same thing with crude. Son of a gun. I got in crude on this down candle here. Boom, boom, boom. We break structure. Great supply here. Boom. So that's what I see. Take this supply short. Okay, go to bed, go to bed. Beautiful. You know, and then knocks me out. Go slightly higher, and then we're still going down. So that would have been a good trade too. Got knocked out on both of those. Looking back at this same picture as the other one, this is the supply we're reacting off of. Well, if my stop was above this, or if I was there, maybe we could have re-entered, but just in the middle of the night, so. Unfortunate market. Full port short. It's hard to say. Gold we're long from this demand down here. Just makes sense because this demand produced a large up move. It went up all overnight. Went up during the day. Went up after open for a little bit before we retraced. So I'm looking for the 30s to take this contract off. But I don't know if it depends what happens. If the markets really don't like the news, like on that, if we just really have a down day, gold could really have an up day. So we'll see what happens off the open, see kind of what levels we're about. I wanted to short this supply here, but we just made too much move down. You know, it could continue, but at this price, we're at a poor price now. Now we could be fighting buyers down here, so there's not too much room to take it. Market open. Like a minute ago. I'm a little late on that. All right, John. Thanks, man. Hey, great trades. Great trading you've been having. And thank you, sir. You have a good one. Overall on gold, I mean, we are bullish as can be, right? So realistically, maybe we have to contend with buyers or sellers up here. But I don't know how much. I mean, we could go higher. We look on the daily chart. This is the daily. This is the daily demand. Made daily demand on the up move. Came back, retested that daily demand. So that makes sense. That makes sense. And we're in an uptrend, so we'll see what we can get. Already took one off here. Prior bar lows. Just gonna hold this one. We'll start trailing if it starts forming obvious structure. But right now it's shooting straight up, so we'll see. Like I said, I'll look to take off around 30.5. We go up off the open and then form supply on the ES or NQ up here. I'll probably look to short it. I don't think we're quite at the buyers yet. You know, if we look at this last up move, right around 50% now. So anything below halfway of this up move would be stronger demand. So this demand here is our first stronger demand below 50%. CPI a little hot today. I don't know if that changes anything in the big picture. I don't know if that was even unexpected. Just play in the levels. Canada, we won't do tariffs before the US does. Mexico president, we're going to send a message to the White House on steel and aluminum tariffs. It would make sense to retrace some of this move. You know, it's essentially like a gap. A 50% back, creating supply in that area. I would take it short. Looking to get around 6,000. Perhaps. Crude teased me out short last night. Where are we looking on crude? The daily demand is here. Half back, so probably let me see. Made a new low, so this level here took out this supply. Sent us much higher from there. We're gonna look at this level. If we make it down there, so around 7150, 7160. Yesterday we left with the plan, if we made it up to 7340s and created supply, we would look to short it. We made it up to the supply, and it didn't really paint a clear picture of supply. We kind of held this trend up. Until the end of the day, so not really any, it would have been a great short to hold, looking back at it, but I didn't take that trade. Then on crude overnight, we had this down move here, and we created supply, so I shorted this supply, went to bed, stopped me out barely before going down, so that was unfortunate. The even more unfortunate trade was selling this supply and getting stopped out. Okay, we're getting our move up. Cool, cool, cool. Expected. Maybe see pullback on gold now. I could perhaps add. This is a nice level, even slightly below it. We form demand. I'll add. That's the same picture as the NQ yesterday. I added coming back into this level. My stop was right above. Ended up, you know, making just like 20 bucks. But trying to get that follow through lower. Timing's the hard part. That didn't happen till way later. Not too bad though, not too bad. Right where we're at. Yeah, looks like that looks good. Right where we're at. Line in the sand, kind of. If we break below this, so let's see. We create a demand here. We want to break this demand. So I would take a short up here to trade through this demand down here, looking for around 6,000. The same thing on NQ, looking for this. So we'll see which price action looks better at the time. Crude still looking a little lower for a buy. Barely stopped out of crude last night. Barely stopped out of NQ. Did I try to take gold? Oh yeah, I wanted a long off this. But then this move happened and I thought I missed it. But then I wouldn't have longed this either because I would have considered this first move a test. So I wouldn't have longed the second move. That would have got me out anyways. Silver pushed up to kind of like where I want gold to push up. Now moving down more. That's what I want to see on the NQ and ES. To move to those lower buyers. Looks like I'd rather short NQ just because we're pulling back more. So that would potentially give us more space to the downside. This box doesn't mean anything. This just means about a half back area that I would look to trade. Pretty good rule. If we happen to just recover this whole move, then I would just step away. Boom, boom. Looking for gold a little higher, 930s to take profit. Kind of looking what the ES and NQ want to do. We make supply up here. I'd probably take it short to go a little bit lower. I'm looking a little bit lower for buyers. Around 6,000 on the ES. Or these guys down here. I'm going to draw it like this. Looking for those two levels. Oh yeah, Powell's talking today. 10 minutes. More questioning. We might throw it on a little bit. It was annoying yesterday, though. Now, if we happen to have a down day, we could see an up day on gold. So I'm looking to add, like, same picture on the NQ and ES. I want about a 50% retrace for supply to form. For gold, I'd like a 50% retrace and demand to form to add a contract. I drew this upper supply. You know, this down candle here is the supply. But we removed it to these wicks, so I would look for right there. What did that upper supply do? Well, we took out one demand, but that was like a really high up demand level. I wouldn't consider that super strong. If we turn here, this upper supply really didn't accomplish anything except push us back to the buyers. Crude looking for buys a little lower. See what happens up here. Now, if we full recover, I might flip the script and try to buy demand to take us for a gap, refill the gap. And the gap's only right up here. Forgot I had coffee. Oh. This box I just drew, this doesn't mean anything. It's just magic that price is turning there. That's probably like 50%. Yeah, that's just about exactly 50%. So in this area, this is what I want to see. Break this candle low, come down maybe halfway through that candle. And a retest of that. I want to see the first sign of sellers to step in. I would enter more aggressively on this position because it's the way it's moving. It's probably not going to like set up perfect for you. It's probably just going to go in the direction. up in the 70s here for ES. I think that's a little higher for NQ, like up here. Like I said, we'll look to add gold about on a pullback. We're gonna watch what happens up here. The first thing I'm gonna look for is prior bar lows taken out on the 5-minute. Or any of right now, this low right here. Oops. This hourly supply we formed. I would draw it like that. 785. I'm thinking if I want to add, just if we retest this zone, I would bring my position here. That gives it a little bit of room to wick below the zone if it has to. Or do I wait until we come down? Maybe go down here and then form demand and then take that. That's the safer trade. But I have a lot to play with the market's money, so I don't have to be super safe about it. Looking for this low to break still. We've reached our retrace requirement. Now I just need to see sellers on the 5-minute step in to the market. Crude looking for buys lower. I tried selling last night. I shorted off this supply. Got stopped out. And then of course we'll see. Or if this just leaves without us, we'll still look to take we'll trail aggressively up here. Depends what we see from the NQ. Maybe the NQ and ES just start dumping. If we miss it, then we'll look for maybe to take gold higher than that. AFK 1 sec. All right. What we doing here? Gold. We broke this structure here, so technically this is supply. Maybe that pushes us a little bit lower for that guy ABC. If we see that, if we see this, I will just throw in a buy if we hit this zone. Then my position will be here, and I'll be break even still. That gives us a little bit of room underneath this demand if it does want to just peek its head below. With the idea we continue higher. Also on the daily, we've just been going higher. So this is a beautiful daily retest of demand to go higher. Let's see if it happens today or not. NQ. Okay, we broke this prior bar low. There's our first signal. Rated supply. I'm going to draw it a little bit deeper. We want to take out these wicks as well. Technically, right here, this is demand, right? Technically. I want to see that broken. Okay, that's broken. I'll sell this. At 670. ES would be at 650. NQ retraced more. So I'd be more interested. Since it retraced more, if I'm thinking about going short, I want whatever one has more space to the buyers. So the NQ retraced further. So now if I think the buyers are down low, that just gave us more profit potential on our trade. Looks like the ES didn't even hit half back. The NQ probably came like 55% back of this move. Rusty didn't retrace barely at all. But also the Russell came into larger demand the Russell's actually further down in this down move than these guys. These guys aren't even close to where the Russell's at. If we're getting our picture, we want to see a down candle into here. We'll add and then move our stop up. We already took one contract off by trailing prior bar lows, so we got out right here on one contract. Correct. Almost got our retracement. NQ, what's going on here? What are you guys doing? Okay, didn't make it yet. I'm gonna keep my eye on this. I'm just gonna let the dogs out real quick. All right, looking pretty good to get this retrace here. Like I said, we're just going to add the zone. It will give us a little bit of room to slip below. We'll still be break even. We already took one contract off here, so this would be looking for a continuation. If ES and NQ have a down type day today, that could be good for gold to go up. So we'll see what happens. Forming more supply here. If this starts just going aggressively down without us, then we'll look for buys a little lower. See what kind of entry. If this maybe pulls back during this bar right here, what is that? 606 by a lot of risk. 45. Maybe I could sell a couple. We retrace partially here. Gold. So many things just right in the right areas here. Gustas, what's up, Gustas? How are you doing, man? How you doing? We'll give the Gustas rundown. On the ES here on the hourly on the left. Looking at these areas. We get down to 6,000, looking for buys. If we make it down to 59.70, I'm looking for buys. Right now, I'm looking to short supply to get it down there. So right now, same picture on ESN and Q. We form supply here. No retest yet. Right now, we're forming supply. I'm thinking about shorting if we make it a little bit further back. I don't want to risk that much. Yeah, my plan is to short it down to 6,000 or 59.80s, 59.60s. Yesterday we got, let's see, what do you want to do here? Just let it play. We got short yesterday in here on this down candle here, this form supply. Shorted that, and then and then we added here, and that failed. So we just got one decent winner out of it. Gold, we're looking for a little bit further retrace to add another one. We'll see, we'll see. Oh man, I was short NQ overnight from this supply here. And then we came right above it, and then had our big move down, so just missed that. Just missed it. Oh, it's tempting right there. We're gonna do it, and then put this right above. I 34.50, 34.75. Just to see if this supply holds. Low risk. Gold's not quite retracing. I would rather have it go more aggressively into here, but maybe that's all the retrace it wants to give. This might stop us out. Only took one contract because I wasn't too confident in that. We'll short this one though. I think I'd rather short ES with 2 from that zone. Do like that. I chose the ES on this zone just because it is smaller risk. I could put 2 contracts on. Whereas this zone is a little bit, would be a little bit, I would probably just put 1 on NQ. Let's see if we retest it. Crude, we're still looking lower for a buy. Missed our sell. Same way in the NQ as crude. We sold this supply level here. Went to bed. Stopped us out. And then went on its journey. I consider it being right in those trades, but I was right, but lost money, you know, and that happens. You can be right and you could still lose money. That's crazy. So last night we were quote unquote right on the NQ, right on crude, but just got stopped out. NQ and ES, I think we're going to the little lower for buyers. A little bit lower down here. See if we get that. We definitely don't want this to break the highs, because that means we could be retracing this move. You know, supply formed. If we're going down, I don't want supply to break. Crude's starting to turn. Looking pretty strong there. This still looks like what we were looking for. ABC. Just didn't make it quite as deep. Let's see. We'll see. We'll just leave that there. This looks like it might break higher. I'm selling a zone. Usually I want to see a reaction right away. Butt scratchies. Not me, the dog. I'm scratching the dog's butt, okay? Hey, no barking. Now seeing what happens. Maybe we go up, then retest here. So if we break this supply, I might buy this demand here. We gotta wait and see. That's getting a little high then. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think this looks like it wants to go through. Which then, oh yeah, NQ went through here. Makes me question if we want to retrace to the top supply. Go over yonder, up here. Or if we're lucky, NQ baited. You know, bull trapped. That's just getting excited. Let's watch the winning trade. That makes us feel better. She's out. Alright, so now I'm not going to take a short unless we reach up here. Stop, dogs. Was I muted? I think I was muted. NQ. These dogs won't shut up. Look a little bit higher, like 60, 80, maybe for a short. But we're starting to uptrend recover this, so we'll see. Wait for price to react. Crude, we're looking for a little lower. Little lower and some signs of buyers. We'll see. Gold, we're looking for a retest here. To add to our position. Supposed to snow today. Starting like right now. Hopefully not much. Does it say how much? Didn't it tell me how many inches? That's what she said. Oh, 2 to 4 inches. That's what I said. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. I might add, I might move my ad up. If we break these highs, I might move it to this demand here. We'll see. Either if we break these highs, or if we come down here, that'll fill us in. We already took off one here. Why do we get in this position? Because on the hourly, this demand created this. We went up, 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 up. So we expect buyers to be there. We came down into it with high volume. We're getting our bounce now. We're on the daily. On the daily, we're on an uptrend. So if we continue that, all we did was move up, create daily demand, retest daily demand, to potentially move higher. We'll see. We'll see. To see a little bit lower on crude. I wanted to short that to go lower. Looks like it wants to recover this move. I'll probably take another try short if we reach up here in the 60-80s. On ES or on Q. The 780s. What's up, John? Any trades this morning? Yep, we're in this gold long. We're seeing if we could add to go higher. We tried to get a short here and a short here. Those failed. So maybe we'll look a little bit higher on NQ or ES. Like 60-80s on ES. And those are all for today. Took a couple L's break evens last night. I shorted off this. Oh, no, it was this one. This candle here, this supply. I guess I should have shorted off this one. That would have kept me in. I shorted off this one. Stopped me out. And then went in the direction we thought. I think was it gold? No, not gold. Fruit. Oh, wait, no, it was NQ. I shorted this supply last night, which then got us out, break even, and then the market dumped. Barely missed those. Those would have been two good trades. How about you? Any trades? Any trades going on? What does John see in the market today? I wanted to add on this pullback here into the zone. Didn't quite make it. So we'll see what it wants to do now. Okay, we're watching, we're watching. A minute left on this candle. It's going to get probably highest volume of the day. If it just pushed straight up to 60.80, I would short it. That'd be an epic short if you didn't get stopped out. Yeah, so close. Unfortunate, but it happens. My mistake was I should have been playing the... Let's see, where was I? Oh, here. But really, this is the high right here. So if I would have been holding from the high or gotten in the first retest and had my stop above the high, that would have kept me in the trade. But once it started breaking down, I wasn't expecting that, so... I bought the dip this morning. Only one, that's still good. 102 points. Whew. Yeah, no complaints there. Yeah, right down here, probably. That was a good area. Let's see what we want to do. Highest volume so far. Well, aside from that down candle, but of the regular trading hours. Right to our blue line at 73. That red number at the top up here, that's just the gap to yesterday's close. The 20 point, we're down 25 points from yesterday's close. What does volume tell you? What decisions does volume? So volume, the only thing I care about with volume, I don't try to overcomplicate it, is I'm just looking for a ton of volume. And all that tells us is there's a lot of interest where we're trading, right? So that's actually how I got in this gold trade. This was a zone I was looking at. This was the next buyers we were coming into. These were significant buyers because we went like this. We went straight up. Oh, this green zone is the zone I was interested in. So then if we go on the 5-minute, bring this over. 5-minute here. On this down candle, we're coming into the zone. And as we're forming this candle, we're already surpassing any high volume. We're getting the highest volume that we've seen all night. So that's why I got long right there. We hit our zone and had the highest volume. So that tells us we're in an area where I believe there's buyers. And we just executed a ton of orders. So if I'm making assumptions, but I'm going to say they're buy orders, you know? If there's a buy imbalance here and a ton of volume goes in there, I'm going to say they're buy orders. And you could get some of your best entries. And a lot of times at the end of an uptrend or downtrend, at the end of the move, you'll get capitulation volume. And that's what that is. So this gold painted the perfect picture of what I look for in high volume. But it has to be in the right location. You know, there's high volume on this candle, right? Right here. Did I want to buy this? No. No, I didn't want to buy that one because we broke structure lows on that candle. You know, we're starting a 5-minute downtrend. We came off a supply here. This down candle, you know, we're just in the wide open. These are the next buyers. Oops. So yeah, that's what I use volume for in particular areas. It can give you the really good trades. I did another volume trade. No, I don't remember where it was. And really, if you encounter high volume, you can almost expect a pause, right? A lot of battling going on. You know, this down can't high. Oh, that's the beginning of the day. But pull back after that high volume. Pull back after this high volume. Pull back after this high volume. You know, but I just want it to be in the right areas. Oil's creating demand here, fighting the sellers. I want to take oil a little lower, or buy oil a little lower. We got the highest volume on this candle, and we did see a pullback. So if that was in a supply area, that's something I would have taken. But I believe the supply is a little bit higher now. So do that same thing up here. Maybe we'll take it short. Tighten the supply here. If this supply breaks, then I'll probably try to buy or add on this demand. Waiting these sellers. See what we can do, gold. All right, John, good luck on your conference call, buddy. And thank you, thank you. We'll see if we can get any more juice. NQ made it to where we were interested in 70, 80s. Yes, made it right up here. So if this was in supply, like here, and we had this high volume of the day, a short right up here would have been a super low risk trade. But we're just in kind of an open candle right now, so we're basing it off of 4 main supply. We currently maybe form supply right here, but we need to break this demand first. NQ did break this demand. I think. Yeah. 685.50, 684.50, yeah. Just a ton of price movement. Crude, we're looking a little bit lower. We get a buy-in. Still battling it out up here, gold, huh? I need some new coffee here. I'm gonna make some coffee. We'll see what happens on these. Just need to give it time to play out. Let price action play out. Be right back. Okay, gold. You figuring it out yet? What are you guys doing? Going for the retrace. Over chugging along. That's what we want to see, gold. Should have went long. You're cooler, brother. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This breaks the high. We'll move our buy up here. In my head, I'll make it rid of this. For gold, I think like this could be an ABC. Into our demand. Direction to go higher. That's all we've been doing on gold for the last like 2 months. So don't fix what ain't broken, right? Didn't break this low. Equal lows. It breaks this low. Continuing this downtrend. Maybe we can make it a little lower. 71.64. Look for buys down there. Classic. A classic show. Oh, it's starting to snow. So this candle here, where we were talking about the high volume, would have been like 60, 69. So that gave us a decent move off of it so far. High of the day so far. So even if you were just looking for more scalpy type trades, a decent thing. Oh yeah, J-Pow, what are we saying? JP Morgan begins layoffs. Fed Powell, I've been somewhat concerned about Treasury liquidity.
More of their annual income on the exact same goods. What specifically is the Federal Reserve's plan for making life easier for everyday Americans?
So the best thing we can do for Americans is to vigorously pursue both stable prices and maximum employment. We're trying to get back to a long expansion where prices are stable around 2%.
You seem to be there on labor, as you've pointed out. So tell me what else.
Sorry?
You seem to be there on labor. So what else?
I would say
We'll sit next to each other.
On inflation, and you did
Sit next to each other, pal.
which says the same thing. I mean, we've made great progress toward 2%. Last year, inflation was 2.6%. So great progress, but we're not quite there yet. So we want to keep policy restrictive for now, so that we can see.
We're definitely not there for 30-year mortgages, upwards of 7%, Chair Powell. So let me switch topics. I continue to believe that as we've spoken about, and as was brought up prior colleagues here, that
Thanks for hanging, Gustas. Have a good day, man. Have a good day.
Should scrap the flawed
Good luck if you take anything.
Proposal and start over. You talked a little bit about how you plan to perhaps do that, and a timeline potentially. But how will the public, Chair Powell, be able to
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Any revised proposal?
We got this. We got this.
By the Administrative Procedures Act.
So I fully expect, and I think it's a good idea for the United States to finish Basel III in a way that's, in keeping with Basel and also with what other jurisdictions are doing, comparable jurisdictions.
The key
So
there is end game. This has been going on for 2 decades.
Where's the end already, right? So, we'll put all of that out for comment again and welcome the comments for all commenters.
I should make sure we're following the Administrative Procedure Act.
Oh, yes.
As you move forward.
We will.
Chair Powell, I understand you are interested in making the stress test scenarios that assess how a bank will perform through a crisis more transparent. As things stand now, while the Fed may make some information public, it doesn't show its math, which makes it difficult to assess the robustness and analytical rigor of the stress tests. Recently, the Federal Reserve announced that due to the, quote, evolving legal landscape, it would begin to take public comment on its stress test models and annual scenarios. Can you describe describe the changes in the legal landscape that have caused the Federal Reserve to suddenly seek public comment on its stress test regime and why it did not seek public comment from the beginning?
So we're an agency that's strongly committed to following the law as written by Congress and as interpreted by the Supreme Court. In the past few years, we've seen a string of administrative law cases from the Supreme Court, which are dealing with different issues, but there's a common theme, and that is significantly less deference to the views of agencies as compared to those of courts. Also, just a raised expectations for compliance with the Administrative Procedures Act. We take that very much to heart, and this is one of the things that we're doing because of that. And we feel the appropriate.
You can look at things like Chevron deference. You can look at the EPA ruling by the courts, and they are returning the power back to the people and the Congress, not the administrative state, not those agencies and rulemakers.
So because of those things, we are putting, as you went through it, we're putting the models.
Listen, lady, I need less attitude when you talk to Jerome, okay?
Taking similar steps.
Well, I'm glad to see that. I understand the Fed intends to complete a comprehensive review of its monetary policy strategy, tools, and communications practices. You mentioned that. What is the timeline?
We expect to complete our work and announce the results by the end of the summer.
End of the summer. Thank you. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Massachusetts, Mr. Lynch, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Chair Powell. Good to see you. Thank you for your good work. Chairman Powell, the Senate just filed a bill called the Genius Act. I'm always worried about anything that comes over from the Senate with the title Genius in it. But it is an attempt to provide a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency. And in that proposal, which is similar in some respects to the House proposal, it would allow individual states to oversee issuers, and there would be no central federal authority. The idea is to disperse the responsibility from state to state. My concern, my overriding concern, is that with that
There we
spread
go.
of an expansion of crypto,
Perfect.
and the president is 100% behind it. He just started his own meme coin. He's making a lot of money off of that, which is another issue. My concern is that the spread of an expansion of crypto will infect the traditional banking system because it's a volatile, speculative asset, and we've seen some very sudden disasters with crypto. I'm just wondering, are there any backstops that we can use, any firewalls that we can put in place that might insulate the traditional banking system, because they have access to the discount window and the FDIC.
Oh, you want to play in the snow?
So there may be
All right, hang on.
second-order impacts if we have a collapse of a major crypto issuer. Are there any extra things that we can do to protect the traditional banking system?
Yes, so first I would say there are really two things that are happening. One is banks are serving crypto customers, and we don't want to get in the way of banks serving perfectly legal customers as long as they understand the risks and that sort of thing. We don't want to single out any
Are you
particular.
speaking to custody?
Well, custody is more, the second thing is
Right.
undertaking activities
Okay.
on their own, right? And in that case, I do think it's appropriate to, as usual, as bank supervisors, make sure that we understand and banks understand the risks that are involved in the activity that they're taking inside an insured depository. On the other hand, you don't want to go too far. I think there were a bunch of disasters, as we all remember, and, we don't want to, and we were reacting to some extent to those. You don't want to go so far as to, overplay your hand on that. So I think we need to be mindful that many of these activities can very well be done inside of banks, and custody may well be one of them. In fact, in Fed-regulated banks, there are lots of crypto activities happening now. They've just happened under a framework where we made sure that the bank understood and we understood exactly what they're doing.
Right. We also have the example of, Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, First Republic Bank. One of the triggering events there. I mean, obviously the risk management was very poor in that respect, and they got on the wrong side of interest rates. But there were also some failures of issuers who had huge deposits at Silicon Valley, I believe, or Signature, or maybe both of them. And the suddenness of their collapse caused a run for the
Because we're being needy
and luckily
and loud.
with the scramble, we were able to sort of save that situation so it didn't create a greater contagion. But are there steps that we can take that might strengthen our ability to respond to that type of collapse as well?
Yes, so in the wake of Silicon Valley Bank, we did work with many medium and sized banks that had any of the characteristics that we saw. And you mentioned, a long position in long-term securities that was underwater, along with a very unstable deposit base made up mostly of uninsured deposits. And in the case of Silicon Valley Bank, it was a lot of similar private equity and venture capital and hedge fund companies where they all just pulled their money out at the same time. So it was a bank run, and bank runs are very destructive whenever they happen. So we looked for that pattern. We worked with companies who had any aspect of that pattern, and we were successful, I think, in not having that crisis spread very broadly, and that was a good thing. Looking forward, though, we need to not forget that lesson and make sure that funding bases are stable and that we're focused on the basics of banking, which is credit risk, interest rate risk, liquidity risk.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Thank you. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Barr, for 5 minutes.
Chairman Powell, let me ask you a quick monetary policy question and then turn to bank regulation and treasury market structure. I know hindsight is 20/20, but it's important to learn from mistakes, as you know, and you've conceded that the Fed miscalculated on inflation and mischaracterized inflation as transitory in 2021, 2022. Why wouldn't you commit to returning just to a simple 2% target?
So we're just we're just beginning the review. It'll be done, as I mentioned, by the end of the summer, and that's the exact question we'll be asking. I can't commit to a particular outcome. I need to respect the process and the views of the other 18 participants on the FOMC.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I just hope that in that process that you and your colleagues recognize that framework allowed rising inflation to persist and allowed the Fed to mislabel it as transitory. Let me turn to bank regulation. In October of last year, I led a bipartisan CODEL to Basel, Switzerland, met with the Basel Committee on Bank Supervision, and there the committee actually conceded to us, agreed with me that the Michael Barr proposal of July 2023 actually gold-plated bank capital requirements, and instead of actually promoting international harmonization, actually made American banks less competitive. They conceded that to us. So I applaud the Fed for not moving forward on that July 2023 proposal that would have made it harder for large banks to, among other things, facilitate the smooth functioning of the U.S. Treasury market, including holding treasuries on the balance sheet. Couple questions. One is, should the goal of our bank capital rules, should it be regulatory harmonization internationally, or should it be American economic competitiveness?
I mean, clearly, the goal is to have a strong banking system that supports American economic activity and growth. That's the ultimate goal. What you get from Basel is a global floor so that the other banks can't run on less capital and sort of have a short-term advantage. That was the whole point of Basel, was to get everybody to the same kind of level so that it wouldn't be the race to the bottom.
And I see that utility, but I think the goal of our regulatory system should be America first, and it should be about American economic growth and competitiveness. But let's talk about the Treasury market issues. Obviously, we're issuing a ton of debt right now. In fact, according to BlackRock, we're issuing $573 billion of Treasury bonds every week. To put that in perspective, the entire national debt of Australia is $573 billion. So we're issuing Australia every week in this country, if you want to think of it that way. Would reducing excessive capital and liquidity requirements on U.S. banks for intermediating U.S. Treasury market take the heat off of U.S. capital markets and increase Treasury market liquidity and stability?
I strongly think it would help.
Well, I think that's especially an important comment in terms of your regulatory approach, because, as you know,
This was a little higher. Like we were talking about earlier, we came in with really high volume.
Now they're about double the cost of the
That ended up being the high so far.
So now is not the time to make it more.
But I didn't. So same thing with gold. That's why I got into gold. We came into an area I was interested in, and we had extremely high volume. But with the ES, we didn't quite reach an area I was interested in, so I didn't want to take it.
Mediators in the primary, secondary, and repo markets for U.S. Treasury securities.
Half tempted to buy that.
And so you would commit to reviewing the SLR framework to create greater capacity for our banks to provide liquidity in the Treasury market?
I think it's time to move on the ESLR. And, we proposed doing so several years ago. We just didn't follow through on it. So I do think it's time.
Well, thank you for that. And finally, yesterday, during your appearance in front of the Senate Banking Committee, Senator Warren asked you about the future of consumer protection laws if the CFPB is abolished. Isn't it true, Chairman Powell, that prior to Dodd-Frank, consumer protection laws were implemented by financial institutions' primary prudential regulators?
Yes.
And so if there were...
Yo!
What's up, bro?
How's it going, man? Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. How you doing?
Good. Taking any trades today?
No, I had to take my son to school, so I'm just logging on now.
I gotcha. Don't have to rush. No rush.
That's right. We'll see. What's your bias? Short?
Yeah, but not till I think we go up and retrace most of this down move still. We either do that or I already missed it and we put in the high right now already.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Fucking big candles, huh? Big volume?
Yeah. Popped right in on that news. Dude, I was upset.
On what? You're saying prior based on CPI, right?
Yeah. I shorted last night NQ and just fell asleep, let it go, came to my computer, and that's when we wicked literally like my stop and then went down.
Fuck, dude.
Feels bad. Missed the whole move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you feeling today?
I mean, I'm feeling right now. I mean, I think short, but I mean, I think when it comes down to the bottom of where it dumped, I think it can react even before that. You know, I think
Yeah,
it could
yeah.
react. I think it could react down at like 21,595 area on NQ at least. I don't know what it's showing on I don't
Yeah,
have
I
ES,
see her. I got NQ up also.
but I
Yeah,
think
that
it could.
demand right down there, yeah.
Right. That demand, and then obviously the demand below that, but any of that area I'd be scared to have a short on, you know?
Yes, sir, I feel the same way.
Yeah. So, I mean, and who knows? It could fucking move up from here even, you know? I don't know. I'm not really like feeling too great about uh I don't know. Like I told myself I'm gonna scout the opportunities. I might take one trade today if I see something good, but like I'm not. I feel really like lucky that I got all my accounts back after like what
Yeah, yeah.
happened, and I don't want to jump back into it. You know what I'm
Don't
saying? I
have to
want to
rush
like
at all, you know?
I don't want to right. I don't want to rush, and I want to like I know what works well for me. I know what setups are a very like high probability of it working, and I need to be patient enough to wait for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I need
Yeah,
to be which is the hardest part. It's the hardest part is being because I see shit now like where I'm like, dude, I could take this now and probably get 10 points, but it's not like it
is
doesn't
it
fit
worth it? Is it worth it?
exactly. It doesn't fit any type of ideal setup that I know that I've seen works over and over.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Dang, we called it, man. Right on the high. We are like, huh, look at that
Bro, you should
volume
see this.
coming.
You should see this area I have on my hourly chart. Like every time price has traded up to that area, it's sold off, dude. And like it's the same thing. I mean, I realize it was CPI had a big part of it, but it literally sold up to that area again, and then it just fucking sold off.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I
it
always
was
say news just brings price where it wants to go quicker. So
yeah,
it wanted
yeah.
to go there, and that's where the sellers were.
Hmm. Well, how's your day going though, bro? How you doing?
Pretty decent, pretty decent.
Good.
I
You take any trades?
Yeah, a couple losses on crude and NQ, and
Couple losses, you said?
yeah, they both
Tiny ones?
stopped me out and then went
Mm,
away in my direction. That's unfortunate.
mhm.
Got a winner on
Yeah,
gold. I'm trying to add
you
more
didn't
to
think
it.
about re-entering or no?
Well, no, because I literally got stopped out like on the news, and then it just happened.
Oh, oh, I see. I see. Well, very small losses though, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then crude was a small one, but I was asleep. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, man. I mean, not good that
but
you took some.
call the direction, right, right.
Yeah, isn't that fucking frustrating when you know you have it right and that happens?
I know I was expecting to wake up to a nice big number, and there's just no position on the screen. I'm like, oh, what happened? Oh my god, it just stopped me out and then just blasted off.
Yeah,
It happens though.
right, right.
I'm thinking if I want to short, if it retraces up here.
Hmm. Into that supply.
Yeah. I think we could retrace this whole move, but started creating supply, so we'll see. Jams are off. There we go.
Order filled.
Paul says we're close but not there on inflation. Womp womp. What's the opposite of progress?
I just took a short on this fucking move right here. Let's see.
We shall see.
I like it.
And every time I trade gold, I get in a position and then it just ranges all regular trading hours.
That sucks. Fuck the gold, man. Just stick with the oil, the ES, and the NQ, dude.
Dude, gold's been making me dough.
You just said it's in a range all the time.
Well, yeah, but I'm long already, so.
I mean, if it's in a range, that can be, you can make a lot of money on that too if you're, just fucking shorting the tops and buying the bottom.
Yeah. Boom.
Come on, dude. Do what I know you're gonna do right now.
You know what the market's gonna do? That's crazy.
You know it's gonna dump right here. What is the ATR on the ES right now?
No idea.
On the 5-minute chart. Can you
I could
check
tell
it?
you if you want, yeah. $7.7.
Okay.
Pretty high.
Okay.
snowing here.
Oh yeah, is it snowing good?
Yeah, I think we're supposed to get a couple inches. That's what she said.
Okay, okay. Cool, dude.
Yeah, you know what? It is kind of cool. Better than... Never mind. Sorry.
So don't you think we've pulled back up into that supply or whatever?
For NQ, I think 731.
Okay. Yeah. I see. Trump was supposed to speak, right?
Um, he's always speaking, isn't he?
I don't know. It says President Trump speaks.
I know Powell's talking.
I mean, he's done, right? Or is he still talking?
No, this is like the second day. He's gonna be sitting and questioning for like hours.
Oh.
Hours of questioning. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Uh, I want to see crude come to like 71.60s. Maybe see if we can get a long off of it.
Man, this thing is just moving.
Moving and grooving.
So short up in this area, huh?
Well, ES and NQ is slightly different. Like I would on the ES, but I wouldn't on the NQ.
Why
So
not on the NQ?
the NQ didn't fully pull back to demand, and now we're starting to move higher, so that just looks like a higher low into a higher high. But the ES is in a range now. NQ's still holding an uptrend.
Mm-hmm. I see what you mean.
But both looking at like the same area. Gold trying to push the highs here. He's a trying. See, the seller is right there. 31. What's up, Elliot? Hey boss, I have following your method of looking at the spikes, huge buys and sells, and I have been losing less than usual. Yo, that's sick. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. If it could help in any way, and if you have any questions, let me know. Just getting any little tidbit of information that could be useful. But always test it out before you use it, you know. Some things work in the way I like to trade, but it might not be the same way that your own style. All right, so you went up, made this demand. Demand move higher. I'm gonna get rid of this add position. We didn't get the retrace, just missed it by like $1. Now I'm gonna move my stop below this swing. Which is at 12.9, so 12.8. And we'll see how it goes. If we can't push up a little higher, we might just trail some demand as we go. Took off our first contract here using prior bar lows. We'll see if we could get any more juice out of this one. If we get an expansion move up into the supply, like if we get 2 more green bars, I'm just going to trail prior bar lows. Unfortunately, we didn't get an ad on this. We're looking for that ad right there.
What is that, gold?
Yeah. Coffee mouth. I've been trading with real money nowadays. My main focus is to find and polish my own formula for consistent profitability. And once I find something that works, I'm going to trade with higher volumes. Yep, that's a good plan. Start off slow. You know, there's no reason for full porting everything into every trade. Derek. No full porting, okay?
Shut up.
And that's how you have to do it. You have to create your own
Yeah, be a
formula.
pussy. Never make any money.
No, create your own formula.
You gotta take risk to make money.
That is true.
And with that being said, I'm getting murdered in this trade. So
Don't need to risk your whole account, though.
follow my advice. Come on,
We need
man.
some
Turn around
expansion.
already. What's going on, dude? You're over here trading gold. This is no help to me at all right now. Fucking cursing me. I think it's bringing bad luck, actually.
Gold's bringing bad luck.
Yeah, you're trading all these fucking coins and shit, dude. I need some insight on what is happening right now to me.
I told you.
I told you.
31.
Yeah, we're at
731.
32, buddy. We're at 32, buddy.
Yep. But we're in an uptrend.
Really,
These sellers
look,
on the NQ didn't bring
really,
them.
the uptrend was broken, and now we're retracing up to it. This is a good entry to take a short right here. I just took it early.
Yeah, you took it way early.
So early, dude. Fucking so early, bro. Stupid.
Went up here trying to think if I want to stab the ES. I think I would rather wait until it reaches supply up there. Gold, we're just going to trail these lows until it stops us out. We expect a pullback perhaps around 9:30. Tell me I won't just reverse my position on this candle. No, I won't. I won't. A little push higher. I'll take off at 30 if we reach it, or if it just stops me out there. I'm trying to top tick. That's my plan here. Looking for a tick just to hit this like one more dollar higher and I'll exit. I just want a top and bottom tick for the fans. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we're hitting it right there. Boom. All right. Excellent gold trade. We got this much out of it. Let's see how much more goes up. See what we left on the table. Crude trying to push a little lower. We want to buy a little bit lower, like 71.60. Hey, where you running? So this NQ trade, this was the demand down here. We went up, created this demand, and we created this supply here. But once we started failing down here, our expectation was to go to the buyers, and we didn't even make it to them before we started making new demand. So then at that point, and we held this uptrend, then this supply here is most likely to fail. I'll look up here in the 800s. Yes, perfectly. Just came down and retested this demand. A little spike in volume right now. Coming up into here. If we can break the supply we're at in gold, if we can get a little bit higher and then retrace, I'd look for a buy to bring it up to this higher demand or higher supply up here. I'm watching gold because I'm curious if we see if these were the sellers or if they are higher. Not that it matters that I'm out of the trade now, but the Russell has barely recovered half that move so far. Actually, on this down move, no, we didn't. This is the demand. Didn't take out that. Crude coming down. Ooh, let's watch this. Crude coming down in this area. We might just throw a buy on this high volume here. If we could tick underneath here at 71.6. Be a little push a little bit lower. I want it. But this is the picture we would like. This highest volume of the day right now. Big down candle. But we want it just slightly lower. I would buy it just like that. I think you explained this in your video, but why are you tracing the supply from the top to the bottom of the previous candle instead of the huge sell-off candle? Let me see. Gold. Oh, this one. Are you talking about this supply up here? This top one? Just let me know if the... Are you talking about the top supply? I think so, right? And I'm just going to check back on crude and see if we can get this push. Okay, the top supply. Okay, I'll check that in 1 second. Let me just see if we can get a stab along here. Taking that 32. We're going to go to just a 10 pointer of risk there to see if we can catch this candle. This is the same thing I did with gold on our entry down here, as I caught the candle with small risk. Oh, no, you're good. I like explaining it too in real time.
Shut up.
So this is the hour. Oh, as I heard that. So this zone up here, right? So this whole, you could say this whole candle supply. But either way, the market stopped here and turned down. Okay? So however you draw this supply candle, if you use the whole candle, that's too much risk. Maybe I draw to the close here. Maybe I just use the top of the wick here as my supply. This, I would use the top of the wick for this supply. But then we see price action play out, and price was not able to get higher than this. So factually, the sellers are here and above. So this is the supply I would draw here, but we know because of price, the sellers are here or above. That doesn't mean I'm just going to sell the second we get there, but once we get there, if we form a 5-minute formation, then we'll look for a sell. Crude, we're just trying to catch this demand, this high volume candle here. We'll see if it works. Small risk.
It's not gonna work.
It might not. It did more this morning on gold. We took this candle on this high volume in this demand here. That demand's really obvious on the hourly. We just went straight up. We got out of our gold. One here and one here. Seeing if that was a good exit or if it does go further. It could go further. Yeah, let me know if that made sense, Elliot. Because price could not get higher than that. So normally I would have drawn supply to here. But since price could not get higher, the sellers are here and above. And Q's coming into the supply. We did have big volume here, and we broke the low. So technically, this is the first sign of supply right here, but I want to see an imbalance show up. Yeah, no problem, Elliot. Yeah, the more you see it, and really, looking at, it comes down to like, how high did sellers let price go, right? From these candles, sellers took control on this down candle, and they would not let price get above it, get above here. Well, that's all I'm basing it off of.
That's all.
That's all.
Shut up. I'm about to blow up my fucking accounts.
You didn't listen to the Tejas.
Dude, you're like, okay, wait, go, guys, gold's moving. Okay, wait, oil. Hold on, there might be one on oil, guys. Hold on, NQ's at the supply.
Play it
Jesus,
back. It's all clipped.
it's all a bunch of nonsense. Just tell me what is happening on NQ, okay? Is it gonna dump or not, man?
I'm looking right up here. I want to see some supply for him. It
Uh,
either does or we grind up the rest of the day.
yeah, no. You're inside though, for real, bro. It's excellent and it works.
You don't have to say that. I know you're
I knew I
trolling.
took that. I knew I took that trade early, dude. And as soon as it moved in my favor right away, like 7 points, but that wasn't enough. And then when it moved against me, should have just gotten out knowing I took it early, man. But I did not. Like, I'm underestimating how much, like, how big these candles are today, dude.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Like,
I
I'm
feel that.
underestimating it. You have to trade super small size on this shit.
That confused me. Wouldn't sellers make more profit if price goes up? No, sellers will make more profit. A seller is betting that the market's going to go down. So the sellers want it to go down, and the buyers want it to go up. So the sellers, if there's a sell imbalance here, they want the market to go down to make money. So when the market comes back up, the seller said, nope, I'm holding you right there. I'm right here exactly as where I'm going to hold you. And then it went down. So the sellers did make money. So that's why I believe right above those wicks. I don't know if it's going to be one tick above those wicks or if it'll come all the way into the supply. But in that general area is where we're looking. Yes. Yeah. Because the original imbalance came from this price level, this area. So then this shows us, well, the imbalance moved down to here. Because they wouldn't let it go any higher. This is still going up. Gold is. The NQ finding a little bit of sellers here. We got to see how it reacts. Okay, I'm glad that makes more sense.
It's so stupid, man. These guys, I have a back patio that goes right out to my pool, in this community I live in. And they removed all of our gates to be able to access the pool.
What?
Yeah, our wood gates. So now we have to like walk around to like open the pool gate instead of just going through our backyard and opening the fence. And they said it's a
Sons of guns.
Los Angeles code. In LA, they had to do it.
They'll catch on fire. The wood.
Fuck out of here, bro. What are you doing? So much for my pool access. So much for me having
VI pool.
Yeah, so much for me having the premier unit. Just all of a sudden, I wish I lived on the forest side. Fuck the pool side. So anyway, I'm seeing a huge 300-point dump on NQ just forming, boys. Anyone in the channel who wants to short NQ right now, excellent trade for you guys.
Hey, we're in the area. This is the same, on this 5 minutes, this is the same pattern.
I decided to take it 100 points early, guys. So, no big deal. I wanted to get a starter position in the market. So,
this is like the same thing we've been doing on the hourly. We have a big down move. We spend days chopping up till we reach the top, and then we sell off. So
yeah, we're not at my dump level though. We're not at the dump level yet. Which
chop.
think it's going to keep going up to like 2180s. That's what scares me. I'm telling you, on this hourly, bro, every time it trades into this level I have, it fucking sells off, dude. And it's just, it's not there yet. I'm worried. But I think we go down more before we move up more, man. Look at that dump in the morning. It's like, dude, the whole thing
Nothing
got
like a
eaten.
morning dump.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, look at that. Jesus.
Silver's blasting off. Looks like gold trying to follow, so could have held. I would have held if I got a re-entry on one of these zones, but it never gave it to us. And Q, did that take out that high? Did, okay. I got a peep. Dude, why didn't you tell me my hair was a mess? My goodness. Everybody.
I can't even see what you look like.
You don't want to.
I know I don't. I just blew up one of my funded accounts right now.
Son of a gun, Derek. Hey, sit on
I
your hands
know.
for a minute. Look at, hang on. Let's wait for a reaction. Let's wait for an imbalance.
He was a new one. He was a new one.
Okay. All right.
Not worried about him, but I got 3 other ones that are still in the trade, and if it fucking goes against me much more, those are going to be blown up too. And those were only like 2 days away from payout.
Where's your line in the sand?
My line in the sand has been crossed a long time ago on this trade.
Oh, no.
No line.
Your hair is better than mine. Thanks, man.
I'm not getting out of it because I fucking expected to react somewhere right here, man. But I just took it early. I don't know. There's no good reasoning, man. It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah,
man.
right? Derek, you should stream your screen. Or, man, I wonder how I can get a little Derek screen. Like, we could have a dual screen. I think Elliot wants to feel your pain with you.
Well, mine is a combination of pain and money because I make money on some accounts and then others I blow up and then I fucking get them and get paid on them and blow them up. I mean, I'm making money, but it's just not. It's just fucking crazy money, you know?
Yeah.
don't
I
like
want to weep in despair with him.
Nah, bro, you can't feel my pain. Trust me.
Oh, everybody knows that feeling, though.
Yeah, some a lot more than others, though.
Some are experts in that feeling.
Correct. And, you know, excuse me, some people some people dabble in this shit, and other people fucking are like really just like, you know what? I'm gonna make this work no matter what. And they fucking, are like super. This becomes their life,
Yeah.
This depends. There's different levels to it, dude. Different layers. But I'm sure your pain is crazy, Elliot. I'm sorry that you feel it. It humbles you.
Hey, that's the best teacher or something, they say. That's why my kid's a straight A student. Haha. Just kidding. Just kidding. I love my child. I treat him with love. I put a cell under these pausing candles just to see if it breaks down. Just one contract. We'll put it above wherever the high is created. And we'll trail. We're going to try to, just like we trail prior bar lows to take profits if we are long, I'm going to trail prior bar lows since we're in supply. So if the prior bar low breaks, that's the first sign of potentially creating supply on the 5 minute. So that'll be like the earliest entry that I can get.
Excuse me.
Essentially, I don't want to miss a reaction from the zone. Derek doesn't know how computers work, so he uses Discord on his phone.
I know how they work, bro, but I have
So
fucking
he can't broadcast his charts.
I mean, I can if you show me how. I just don't go, I don't use
You just gotta download Discord. If you downloaded Discord on your computer,
I have Discord on my computer.
then you could stream your chart to me, and then I could put your chart.
But I have four charts. Which chart?
Just, I don't know, just whatever your trading time frame chart is.
I see. Okay. The one I enter the trades on?
Yeah, like your 5 minute or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
He's from the MSN or Skype. Are you from the Skype generation?
I'm from that generation. I never had that shit, bro. When I grew up, there was pagers, and then there was cell phones.
Oh,
came out later. I had a pager. When I was in I was born in '84, dude. So I mean, I'm 40. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just don't fuck with that shit. Like, I'll have my girlfriend do it,
Ooh, I was AOL. Put your little AOL profile, start IMing. Wait, what's it called? AIM? AOL Instant Messenger?
Yeah, I don't like any of that, bro. I don't want that. Like, I'm afraid I don't want people watching.
You actually had to talk to people, though. Like, that was just, like, communicating with people. Nowadays, it's like,
that AOL
take
Instant
selfies.
Messenger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a little after my time. How old are you, Trevor?
33.
Oh, yeah. So you're younger. That's right.
Elliot, you're 89 years young? Oh, born in 89, probably.
I was like, and I was just telling Elliot, you can't feel pain. Elliot's thinking, motherfucker, I'm 90 years old, bro. Do you know what I've experienced? Elliot's thinking, Derek, you're a dumb shit.
Like, I've seen some shit.
Yeah, Derek, I've been in fucking World War II, Korea, Nam.
Try trading in Nam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the.
You were like, wow, Elliot, you're 89? Well, this is thinking like, what
holy
the fuck,
shit.
I was born in 1989, dog. You're like, wow, everybody, let's welcome Elliot. He's still trading.
Shut up.
That fool's so old.
Oh my god, that's exactly. That's what was going through my head.
It's dumping. My body's dumping too.
All right, Grandpa, let's get you back.
I don't
get you back to your room.
I don't think I'll be making it to 89. Let's see. Motherfuck, man.
Crack me up. Oh yeah, we were in a crude trade. Okay, we're just hovering here.
Just Excuse my language.
Not seeing the reaction I want. That might stop us out, but it's only a little wee bit. See, this gold, when we went long gold down here, we just didn't look back. That's what I expect from those types of trades. Now we're just kind of hovering here. So if it breaks these lows, I expect to go lower. And we'll look a little lower to shoot a buy, perhaps. This candle here. Like 71. Be our next area of interest. NQ. We're just hovering one here. I said I was going to do prior bar lows, and I didn't get in this one. That would have actually entered me about, so I'll trail prior bar lows after this close here. Did we hit? Yeah, we hit gap close. This is gap close right here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. We'll see what happens. I just have one contract I'd throw on just to see if we get a reaction. The hard part about news imbalances like this is, like there's for sure a sell imbalance here, but I don't know if that's a sell imbalance because there was a lack of liquidity and it makes it look like that big of an imbalance. Maybe this wouldn't have been that big of a move otherwise, you know? What are we looking at here? Crude's still hanging on. We want it to break above here. Above this high. Gold, we exited here. Decent. We could have got a couple extra points if we trailed prior bar lows. That would have got us out here. How did you decide that this is the supply zone for the NQ? Like it touched your red zone, even though you drew below the previous candles up. Oh, so this red zone here, I'm looking at the hourly. So when in this kind of, it's hard to pick an area when it just drops like this. So like this to here is like the supply. You could draw it to this candle here. But I took the whole hourly candle, this previous candle, this previous up candle, and I used this whole up candle to draw the bottom. That's kind of just you don't see that too often.
No, you sure don't.
But I like
What are
to
you doing right now? Platinum?
I like to zoom out to the hourly to get more of an average of the zone. Yeah, I was using the previous candle because really there's nothing to draw to here. I mean, maybe I could use the wicks here, but then that's too small. I need to include more of that imbalance. So I'm going to use this candle here.
I'm going to show you some imbalance on NQ right now when you see
Ooh.
this fucking dump right here, bro.
We're going to put one right below here and maybe get in.
You lose 10 pounds on this dump, baby.
What's this high is
Fucking imbalance.
04.
Show me some imbalance.
We just took that short from prior bar lows to see if it breaks. If it doesn't, oh well.
Whoever wants to trade aggressively with me, come over to my channel, okay?
I'm in. I was aggressive.
It's called the Muffin Man fucking the Muffin Man's plan. The Muffin Man's plan. Come over to my channel, okay? We full port every trade.
Oh my lord. New accounts daily.
Yeah, do accounts daily. Absolutely. Son of a bitch. Come on, Bears, where the hell are you at, man? They all just got their load in the morning before I was awake.
Did you get out of that short?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, well, okay. We gotta wait until Derek gets out of his short for it to go down. The signals aren't in yet.
Hey, that's basically what I'm starting to think at this point as well. I'm like just thinking, okay. And I did on the way here, bro. I was like, I'm not even gonna trade today. I've been doing so good again. Whatever though, it's all good, bro. It's
No,
only
wait for the retrace, right? Wait for the retrace.
Who are you talking to me?
Yeah, you. Because you
I
got
know.
it was going down. You had the right idea. You know, wait for
No,
the retrace.
the problem is I entered. I just thought it was gonna keep dumping, dude. Like, and it did for a second when I entered.
Just
But
remember,
then,
when you feel that, that's what the markets want you to feel that, and then they're going to go the other way.
uh-huh.
So that
Yep.
feeling, if you could identify it, stop yourself in a sec. Stop yourself.
Yeah, I should have taken the fucking short, up around this area. I just didn't think it was gonna, dude. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna trade up that high. To be honest with you, I didn't think that they were even gonna push it after seeing what had happened in the pre-market.
Right,
I
right.
was thinking like, okay, this first push up, yes, but moving into that second level, no. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no. And they got me. And
All right.
it's fine. The problem is I should have gotten out of the trade and I haven't. You know?
Yeah,
That's
you
the
can
issue.
always, man, I'm always taking losses. I take little tiny, ping, 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 little losses. Then you get that good trade. I think I took 2 losses on crude, 2 losses on NQ, and I had 1 win on gold, and the gold covered everything. All right, can you explain the retrace? Yes. Okay, so we're going to look at this down move here, right? I use supply and demand. So every time we stop, pause, and turn, we create supply. Okay, so zoom in here. When we create supply, most of the time we'll go to the next buyers, which happen to be here, and then we'll pull back into the sellers. So you're looking to get in on the retrace. You're looking to get in somewhere here. Now for me, this wouldn't have fully retested the supply, but then we make more supply on this down move. Now you could have gotten excited right down here and gotten short, or you wait for right here when it retraces to the sellers. So waiting for retraces, the thing that sucks about it is sometimes you miss your move because it doesn't give you that retrace. Like today on gold, I was looking for these retraces to add more position on, and it never quite got to it. But a lot of times it does, and I want to wait for that retest of our zone to minimize our risk and take the best possible entry that we can. the picture we're looking at or looking for. Let me see if I can find a easy one. I mean, or ES this morning, right? The market stops down here, goes up. We create demand here.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. We don't see a retest. We create demand here. Perfect retest. Instead of getting long up here when you're excited and it's going up, get long from where that move started. Oh, what do I mean by... So, like, if we're going... Just like today on the ES, if we're going up, the retrace... I'm assuming that we're going to go up, the retrace will be the pullback. This is the retrace. So you could say we're looking for a reversal of the retracement, but really we're looking for a continuation of the buyers, right? These buyers showed themselves on this up move here. Where did those buyers come from? They came from down here. So now I don't want to buy up here. I want to buy where the buyers came from, right here. The retrace or the pullback. We'll see if this breaks down or not. If it starts going, if we don't see a breakdown of demand here, then I kind of think we could just keep grinding. Oh man, kept us in there, crude. Really just range down there. Let's see if we could break above this high at 76. Then I'll feel a little bit more better about that trade.
Hey,
So
how's your
you were
wheat trade? How's your corn trade going, Trevor?
my corn, crude?
No, I'm sure you're trading wheat and some other shit
Nah, I
too.
didn't want to
Why don't you
do
tell me
any
how
of that.
corn's doing today? Why don't I take a trade on corn?
Well, there's no corn growing in the back yet. So are you saying those who buy are going to sell at some point, and those who sold have to buy at some point? I mean, yeah, that's true. Let me think.
What?
I'm saying that when price stopped here and then went up, we created demand. But what all that means is this is where the buyers are, right? Because the biggest and smartest money, they're not buying this move up. They're turning the market right here. So this is where their orders are. So I don't want to buy as we leave that area of orders. I want to buy when we're in that area of orders. This is NQ. So when we didn't retrace all the way back here and we started turning up, I thought, okay, well, that makes sense to go higher then, because the sellers here couldn't even make us retrace all the way back. But these sellers here are, you could say that's just profit takers, perhaps. Hope that makes sense. It's a lot. Yep, surfing the wave. And you know, we're using the hourly time frame to find the bigger wave. And then we're using our smaller time frame to get in. You know, we're looking for a smaller time frame uptrend. We're trying to find a reversal to the 5-minute uptrend right now. But on the hourly, we have downwards pressure. We made lower lows and lower highs. So we're trying to trade a quote unquote reversal. We're trying to catch the top. But really, it's just going along with the bigger wave. So that's why having a higher time frame is super important. That all adds probability to your trades. Derek left. All right, let's leave with a plan. I think ES, NQ, kind of the same picture. ES didn't quite make it to the supply, but I'm kind of leaning short. Really, this is the line in the sand. If this starts to break, then I'm not going to try to short it anymore. Crude, we got long from this demand. We are going to try to ride it up to this supply, the 7240s area, and we'll take some profits. And Dow, same picture as ES and that. Gold, oof, I think we can go up to the 50 still. So if we get a nice retracement down somewhere in here, let's say 2920s, we might look to take that higher. Silver is way too high for me right now to buy. That would just be chasing. But if silver makes it up here, that's a retest of this stuff. But I think we could still find sellers around 33. So that's what I'll be watching for. Hopefully these trades just work. We had a good gold trade. So decent day today. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chatting. Slowly keeping up with your answers of yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and I'm not trying to. You kind of just gotta, listen and ask questions if you got them. Because I'm just kind of like talking blah 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 blah. I appreciate you watching, appreciate you hanging, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Good luck today.